Good morning, guys. Good morning. I guess I could sit down. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show. We are having confessions and conversations about your everyday life. My name is Yamitra Jojo Waddell, the only Live Past Crazy Specialist. So what better place to be than here with me? It's gonna be a good day. Good day. Good morning. Let's do the introduction. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show. We're having confessions and conversations about your everyday life. My name is Yamitra Jojo Waddell, the only Live Past Crazy Specialist. So what better place to be than here with me? Please make sure you share the show because sharing is caring. If your friends and family don't have Facebook, send them over to that YouTube channel. They can binge watch all the Fearless Morning shows over there. And subscribe, okay? It costs you nothing to subscribe to the YouTube channel, so please make sure you do that. It's going to be the most miraculous, amazing, just fun-filled day ever. So on this great day, let's get it started. It's going to be a good day. And if you're on my business profile page, you are able to send stars if you would like to support in any way. You're able to do that. And I greatly appreciate those who have. So I hope you had a great weekend. I hope it was peaceful. I hope you did all the things that you wanted to do. Like, I hope you did all of those things. So on Friday, we talked about the hardest part of living, right? The hardest part of living. I need to write that down so I can put it in there. And y'all don't forget that the hardest part of living, that you can purchase a Fearless Morning Show notebook. If you go to I'm going to put it in here for you. And I think it is free for my birthday. You go to this link. I'm pretty sure it is free for my birthday. Okay, so grab your copy. So, good morning, Miss Rivera. Good morning. Good morning. So, on this great, most amazing day, okay? And I want you to be peaceful, period. But I want to talk about something and I need you to be so open-minded in this moment. I need you, if you ain't listened before, I need you to listen. Not that JoJo is any different. I understand my journey different. And when I get downloads and understandings, I've got to share them. So I really need you to have an open mind today. And this sprouted from Friday. So Saturday, I participated in a self-care day. So I was with a group of ladies and we did self-care. And above amazing. Let me tell you, it's absolutely what I needed. I cried all day long. And not only did I cry all day long, I came away with some insights that I needed for growth for myself, which I thought that was just for me. And it was. However, I had the opportunity to have a conversation last night that I felt like I was not prepared for. Okay. Not only did I feel like I wasn't prepared for it, I didn't want to have it. Okay. I was like, so you know you have some people and you love them to death, but they call you and you be like, I don't want to have this conversation. I don't want to talk to you today. Like I don't want to have this conversation today. But I knew that they needed me regardless of what I wanted to do. This conversation ended up being 3.5 hours long until like 1 a.m, right? Good morning, Joshua. Good morning, Cree. Good morning, y'all. The conversation was, and in our talking, I realized the conversation wasn't never about them. They were participating in my conversation with myself and me understanding something on a different level. So here's what I came to. So we were talking about faith. We were talking about how, as a person, if your reality says this, but you're believing for this. The coexistence in between there. And I'm adamant that between me saying that this is my current reality of everything is shit, and over here where abundance is, that I live here in abundance. And the difference between my reality and what I am, the end result, lives my faith. And they were saying that if they try and they say they're 1,000 pounds, they say they're 800 pounds and they want to lose 500 and they get down to 500, couldn't they say they tried? Yes. However, when we say we tried something, it gives us an option out. And he was like, no, the determination does that. I'm determined to try. No, you can't be determined and try at the same time. Try gives me, so as I'm trying to come over there, I already know that it's a possibility that I'm not going to come. So if I'm determined, it's different than a try. And for me, determination, we got finally to the point, and this is where I want y'all to be open-minded for a minute, that determination and faith are the same thing. We had a 45-minute conversation about this. Y'all know me in words, so I want to give you the definitions, and I'm going to put them here, but you go grab them yourself. Faith is complete trust or confidence in someone or something. That's the first definition. Complete trust or confidence in something or someone. The second definition is strong belief in God or in the doctrines of a religion based on spiritual basis, rather based on spiritual apparitions, meaning spiritual thoughts, meaning things you can't see, rather than proof. That's the definition of faith, right? Now, I'm going to give y'all the definition of determination. Firmness of purpose, resolute. What's the definition of resolute? Definition of resolute is also confidence. If I'm resolved in something and it is resolute, there are no other options. Ain't no other options. So if I'm determined that I'm going to be a millionaire, right? That means I have a resolute understanding that this is going to happen. I have to have faith in order to be determined to do it. And if I'm going to be determined, I have to have faith. If I'm going to have faith, I've got to be determined. Because my faith says, Jojo, what you cannot see is going to come. My determination says that I am resolved, absolute understanding, confidence that this will come. Is that not the same definition of faith? Are they not interchangeable? So I can't be determined and not have faith. And he was saying, yes, you can. You can't. In my book, I can't have faith and not be determined. And I can't be determined and not have faith. Because, and then, so let's look up the definition of try. Because I want us to look at the words of the things, like to get I want us to be clear. To try is to make an attempt or effort to do something, an effort to accomplish something, an act of an act of touch. Oh, that gives a sentence. An effort to accomplish something, an attempt. We tried to regain his breath. We made an effort to. And the other example they gave was he was arrested and tried for murder. When you try something, you make an attempt, which is fine. When you're determined, you have resolute confidence. You are determined that this thing, you have a firmness of your purpose with your determination. Your faith is complete trust or confidence in that thing. It says, based on your spiritual apparitions, your spiritual vision, rather than proof. Is that not your faith on the substance of things hoped for? Things not seen. Is that not determination? Are they not interchanged? Yeah. Come on, Joshua. Correct? And do you not do that every day? Because your determination and faith are intertwined, right? So if you're a God's girl, let's go back to the Bible, because he is a different faith than I am. But we have the basis of understanding. We're not going to try to convert each other where, that's just your religion. And he gave the example of Abraham and Moses. And here's what I'm very clear on. This is what, if you're a God's girl, and if that's the spirit world you work in, I want you to understand something. I told him that the Bible is a book of psychology. It's about mindset. It's about faith. It's about determination. It is about not seeing what you said you wanted, but living in the end result. Y'all know we talked about this last week, that my prayer, if I understand prayer, it is the end result, because that thing that I'm asking has been calling for me. I'm just not realizing it, right? So he gave the example of Abraham, and he gave the example of Job and Moses. And this is what I said about Moses. He said, but no, Waddle, he calls me Waddle. Moses was afraid. He was scared. And God told him, he saw the snake, but because he had faith in God, he picked it up. But he was scared and he tried. And so he was going in a totally different direction. He was trying to say that in between the thought and the action, your humanness lives, which is true, but nothing else is there. Here's what I want us to be open-minded to understand. Follow with me, right? Moses let my people go, right? He took the 40 people. Moses did not first believe it was him to do it, right? At some point, Moses had to have a change of mind. One. Number two, he had to believe different than his reality. His reality said, you're in a desert. You have all these damn people. You've been here for 40 years. We hungry. We dirty. We nasty. I got Pharaoh on my back. I got the ocean in front. My reality says ain't shit about to work for me. At some point, Moses could not believe his reality. He could not. He could not believe his reality. His faith and his determination had to supersede his reality to get the outcome that he said he wanted. So if he knew his prayer was, Pharaoh, let my people go, and God had told him, that will be the end result. But his current reality said, you're between a rock and a hard place, the ocean, the mountains, and a whole ass army, and you got old people and kids, and you about to cross the ocean. At this point, Moses had to say, my faith, regardless of my reality, has got to carry me to this end result. Now, if you look at all the examples, never in there did Moses say he wasn't scared. There was a snake. And Moses' reality said, there's a snake. If I pick it up, it's fixing to bite me. I'm about to die. But his faith in what the Creator said was going to be his, the answer to his prayer was here. But his reality said, that's a snake. Moses at this point had to have a change of mind. He had to be open to see something other than what his reality was telling him. And then he had to accept that that was his faith and determination and work and emotion. And because he understood that his faith and determination were dependent upon the end result of his prayer already answered, not his reality, he reached down and picked up the snake that became his stick here. Reality snake, right? In between here is my faith and determination that says, Jojo, your reality is not real. You're living at the end part of your prayer where you're already free. So whether I see a snake or not, I'm going to bend down and pick that damn stick up because I understand the end result is this thing. Your faith and determination work together. There's not a person in the Bible that you can't point to who did not have a change of mindset, who did not take their current reality, no matter what it was, and say, regardless of my reality, I'm going to believe and think something different. And because they believed and thought something different, then the end result of their prayer came about. So he gave the example of Abraham. He said Abraham didn't believe, and Abraham at some point, he was old. His wife had been through menopause. And you meaning to tell me my creator, when you say the prayer, said, hey, Abraham, you could have a gazillion kids that can outnumber the sand. So you mean to tell me Abraham did not have a change of mindset? He had to deny his current reality. He could not. He had to walk in that faith and that determination that his end result was what it was going to be. That the I am had told him, you will have this. Abraham understood, I ain't got no kids, I'm old, my wife past childbearing age. But even with all of that, I'm not even going to look at the reality of my physical body. I'm not going to look at the reality of my wife's body. I'm not going to look at the reality of any of those things. And I'm going to have faith and determination that the end result is going to be this. Everybody in the Bible, regardless of what it is, had to have a change of mind. And in between what they said they wanted and their end result, they had to deny that their current reality was true. Take the homeboys over that was in the fiery pit. Take homeboy Daniel that was in the lion's den. He had to deny his current reality that he was facing a hungry ass lion. And he was about to get ate up. He went in there with faith and determination that the end result is I'm going to live. He focused only on the living part. He denied his current reality. He had to have a change of mind. He had to be open-minded. He had to understand that you live in the end result. Because when you pray and say, this thing is so, I am a millionaire, I operate from this phase. So if I'm Daniel, if I'm like anybody else, I operate from this phase. Correct. He did. And we talked about Job too, because, good morning, Tammy. Because if in the beginning, Job 3:2, because I had to look it up for him. Job said, my greatest fear is this thing, and my greatest fear has come upon me. Because, and this was my point yesterday, and all of this was such a learning experience for me, and I'm going to tie this into the weekend, is that consciously or subconsciously, whatever you think is true for you is here. So Job said, my greatest fear is that thing which I hated has now come upon me. The greatest thing that I fear is now come upon me. His greatest fear was he would lose everything. He would lose his kids and he would be sick. Now, consciously, Job had all the things. He had the house, he had the woman, he had the cattle, he had all the things. Subconsciously, Job said, I can't have this. This ain't mine. And subconsciously, he got exactly what he said, because he told you, he said, my greatest fear has come upon me. Now, at some point, Job had to deny his current reality that your body's covered in sores, you ain't got no money, all your kids dead, your wife don't like you, she about to leave you, you're sitting out in the desert, you're talking to yourself. He had to deny all of that. He had to deny his current reality and only rely on his faith and determination that what he was seeing was not the end result. Okay? Y'all with me? So let's bring this full circle to my self-care day on Saturday, because I cried from the time I opened the door. I opened the door. I ain't never met this woman a day in my life. I cried. I cried till I opened the door to leave. I cried when I was pulling away from the place. I cried. I had an understanding there, and I knew that I was coming there to release some things, right? Your faith and your determination, not only are they the same, they are both going to require something of you. They're not only going to require that you deny your current reality, that it is so. Yes, it's hard. Yes, you hurt. All of that is true. However, my faith says, regardless of this is true or not, these are the things that are also true. And I choose to live in this space, right? They are the same. And I wrote this last night when we were on the phone. If you lose faith, when you lose faith when you believe in your reality. Either you trust it that it's going to be or you don't. Either you trust in your faith or you don't. Every religion, every person, at some point along that walk had to deny their current reality in order to believe. If Joshua was still in here, Joshua has to understand, and probably does understand, that he is a designer. He is a creator, and he lives in that end result every day. At some point, Joshua is denying his reality. Man, this part is hard, me trying to figure it out, but I'm living in the end result of that's what I already am. Crete lives in that space. I am already the world's best realtor. I am already the world's best this. They live in the end result already. Miss Rivera lives in the end result of this is what she is. At some point, you got to deny that current reality. So for me, walking up out of there, so we released some things and we built some people up and we did all the things. And I came to the realization, some things that I had to release. There was still some negativity, a negative mindset, some lack sitting there in me about the next step for Sister Rise. I was holding on to a piece of that negativity, right? Sister Rise is just not going to be, it's not going to. And I had to go and I had to release all of that thing. I had to look at my current reality, deny that was so, and say, but this is the end result. Somewhere along the way, Jojo, you forgot you were living in this end result. Oh, I did. So release that, because the next level is calling for you to do something different. Sister Rise will not be like it was last year. It will not be. I promise you, you want to be there. And I also learned that there is nothing wrong with speaking, not only, and I will tell you guys, speaking affirmative, but have a surety and confidence in what you speak and what you say. I have confidence and understanding that Sister Rise is for that woman who needs it at that time, at that moment. There is nothing stopping her. It ain't for me to change the whole world. It is for me to change that woman who was ready at that place and that moment in that time. And together we will change the world. It ain't my job alone. My job is to impact that woman who was ready. I am confident in my determination, my understanding of faith, that will be so. I had to release some of those things that I was holding back. Come on, Joshua. And you did it. And you did, because you lived in the end result that you were already a designer. And every day, consciously or subconsciously, you make that choice. Every day, whether you think, whether you say it or not, you make that choice. And so when I walked out of there Saturday, honey, not only had I cried, I had slept, because we could take naps if you wanted to, honey. Everybody, we had cried so hard, everybody took naps because we had all released some things. Yesterday was a different day. Yesterday, my reality wasn't what it was. I did not see as I once saw, because my determination and faith said something different. Not only do you heal in layers, you grow in layers, you understand in layers. The deeper you're ready to go, the deeper level of understanding is going to come about. You got to be open-minded. So me and my friend ended the conversation with us disagreeing that determination and faith are the same thing. And y'all know me, I argue that point to damn death, because I pulled out all the definitions. Do y'all want the definitions? Because I still got them up. I can copy and paste them in there. You can look them up for yourself. See? What you need is already seeking you. It is already seeking you. That's what you need. And so this is how we left the conversation. It doesn't matter in your humanness moment what you think. At some point, you're going to have to deny your reality to get to the answered prayer. At some point, you have got to be in the receiving mode of it. You've got to be in the receiving mode of it. The receiving mode of the prayer. The receiving mode of the affirmations that you say every morning. The receiving mode of the abundance. At some point, you cannot talk it to death. Okay? You can't make it harder than what it is. And his words was, but Watto, it's so simple. I said, boy, I wish you was on the morning show because they would know. I've said this a gazillion times. It is so simple that people will assume that it's wrong. But because it's that simple, no one will do it. It's very simple. The Bible is very clear. It is very clear of the steps and the understanding. In the beginning was the Word. In the beginning was the Word. Thought, remember we did the whole thing. The thoughts without form, how they come to be, and you feel your words coming to life when you put your fingers to your throat and you feel your words coming to life. In the beginning was the Word. Whatever word you're putting out there is life, because God's word can't come back to him void. And if you're made in his image, you are his word here on earth. So when you speak your God's word, it can't come back to him void. And if God comes to only create and never to destroy, you are destroying yourself with the words that you're giving life to. Good or bad, his words do not come back to him void. It's very clear, Cree, and it's very simple, Tammy. It's very simple. Now, in our humanness, do we forget? Hell yes. Absolutely. I forgot. I forget. It is the conscious mind. It is my subconscious and conscious mind that I have trained, because it don't happen overnight. You got to train it to say, wait a minute. I don't think like this. I forgot. I don't think like this anymore. I forgot about that. My bad. Let me think this way. Let me do this. But your faith and your determination. Thank you, Tammy. They are the same. I'm about to give y'all. And what is funny, the first one is determination. Faith. The funny thing is that in the faith, the definition, it is the second one that speaks about God. It is the second is the second part. So the first definition of faith is complete trust and confidence. Secondly, it talks about God. Listen, y'all better read the word. Listen, I'm telling you, every day, Joshua, every day. And this is the definition of determination. And this is the definition of try. Because you've got to understand. You got to understand it for yourself. And then decide what are you going to do? What are you going to do about that? Because what is very clear. And I told my friend, I was like, listen here, partner. I love the Lord, but to be honest, I ain't read the Bible in a minute. Years, maybe. Ain't read it. But even in my understanding, if I'm able to help you harder in the scripture and can pinpoint you, listen, there's no difference between understanding. There's a difference between acceptance. And this is what I know for sure about the Bible, about God, the word, whomever and whatever you believe. This is what I'm assured of. Go back and read it from the mindset of this is psychology. This is where everybody had to deny their current reality. They had to be determined, but their faith and determination had to go together, and they had to live in the end result. And so his other conversation was, Waldo, okay, I understand that, but what happens when I'm having a hard time? Let's insert Joshua here. Everybody told Joshua there's giants everywhere. Joshua had to deny his current reality, walk down there by himself, an old behind man. And when he got down there, the giant said, oh, but I'm the captains of the Lord's army. I was waiting on you, dog. Will you stay in this holy ground? The very thing that you're afraid of, or you assume the person that's not going to help you because they are far off. Because he was saying, you want to have these conversations, you want to talk to people about it, but you don't know because you haven't tried. You're letting your current reality stop you. You're letting people say, hey, there's nobody to have that conversation with. There's nobody to build with. There's nobody to love me. There's nobody to grow with. You're allowing that to stop you. You're allowing that to be your giant. So you will never be in the presence of God and stand on the holy ground, because you're allowing the giant, the thing that you assume is too big for you to comprehend and understand, to stop you from the blessing that you are to receive. So imagine if Joshua had never went down the mountain. What if he accepted his reality that everybody told Joshua, don't go, they giants, they fixing to eat you, and you too little? What if he had believed that? Then Joshua would have lived his entire life never knowing the true revelation of God, never understanding it for himself, because he believed everybody in his circle. He believed all of his friends. He believed everything everybody told him. And then he would have had that little nagging thought, what if? He had to deny his current reality. He had to have a change of mind, like, dog, this ain't it. He had to deny his current reality, that that's a giant down there. But let me go see. Correct? Didn't he? Faith and determination. Faith and determination. The Bible, and this was not meant to be Bible study or anything. This was meant to be a learning experience, because what I've learned from Saturday to today, not only my faith and determination the same, they coexist. And if you look at the definition, not only they are the same, it is the foundation of prayer. Prayer says, I am hoping and believing. If you look at the definition of faith, it says it is based on a spiritual apparition. It is based on something that you cannot see. Faith is something hoped for, right? Is it not? Honey, I did not grow up in the church till I was 12, but after that, I kind of figured it out. I did. So your faith and your determination combine together as one, because they're the same. At some point, you got to deny the reality of the thing and understand that you're living in your answered prayer of the thing. And then from there, decide what you're going to do. If you're going to try, you will attempt. Period. And so we also use the example. He said, but why do I do these things? He was like, I get up in the morning and I say, Lord, have mercy. I'm hurting. My body hurt. I'm in pain. But I'm going to go to this gym. Y'all remember we had that conversation about JoJo, where JoJo had to realize she was honoring hurt, shame, and guilt first, and then healed second. Y'all remember that? Have a great day, Joshua. And I had to share that with him. I said, but you first led with, Lord, I'm hurt. My whole body hurt, but I'm going. You honored your sickness and your illness first. And his question was, what should I do? If I understand that I'm a healed woman, I operate from a healed state. Yes, I may be in pain, but I don't honor that pain. I said, I went to the gym today. I don't say, oh, I woke up in so much pain, but I went to the gym. No, I go with the end result. I went to the gym, because that's what a healed person does. And then we got technical. He was like, so you mean to tell me if I have faith and determination that I'm going to fly, and if I think hard enough and believe hard enough, I'm going to sprout wings and fly? You can make this, friend, as technical and as hard and as difficult as you want. That's not up for me. And if you want to make it that hard and difficult, then that's for you to figure out why. But I'm telling you, with the understanding. So we use the example of my daddy. I use that as an example to explain determination and faith. My daddy lost both his legs. Y'all know my daddy worked at McDonald's. I worked there from 14 on. My daddy was there before I got there. He worked his way up from being a maintenance man, taking out the trash, to training other store managers in 3 states. Okay. My daddy lost both his legs. His current reality said, sir, you cannot walk. You need to stop working. You need to go sit down. My daddy denied that current reality and said, sir, give me some legs and I can go to work. Both excuses were valid. In both situations, he had no legs. Because you have this illness, because you have this stumbling block, does that mean life stops for you? That's something you got to answer for yourself. Now, your faith and determination is going to live in the space in between which one's fixing to happen. When my daddy got home on his first floor, he took his legs off and he rolled himself around in his wheelchair. When he was ready to go to bed, he nicely he took his crutches and went up the stairs, got in his wheelchair, wheeled himself around in his bedroom and went to bed. When he was ready to get up and go to work without legs, he got up, came down the stairs on crutches, put his legs on, drove himself to work, and worked on his feet 8, 9, 10 hours with prosthetics. Determined, friend, come through. Determination and faith that regardless of my current reality, that's not where I'm living. It's not where the hell I'm staying, because this is the end result. This is it. And if you cannot live in that, answer me this: why are you praying if you don't believe that the end can be that? So we ended that conversation to disagree. And that was fine. But I understood that conversation was for me. Just like Saturday was for me, Saturday was for all of me. Friend, Cree, have all the limbs and they work perfectly. I said, my daddy would have killed to have, and I told him, I said, I walked with a cane for years. And every morning I woke up, I did not say, Lord Jesus, my leg. I said, I'm so thankful that my legs are hurting. At least I can feel them. I could be like other people who don't even have legs. I could be that. Your reality is whatever you make it, friend. It's whatever you make it. I went to sleep with this on my mind. I could not wait to share it this morning. I want y'all to understand that definition of determination, that definition of faith, that definition of try, and then find out where you lie in between there. Because that's on you. That's on you. I love that the definition of faith, that the second definition they give mentions God. The first definition that they give is complete trust and confidence that something is going to happen different than what you currently see. Isn't that something? Woo, honey, I'm trying to tell you. So on this most amazing day, it's going to be a good day. I want you to be peaceful, period. I hope this has helped somebody. I hope you, and I didn't mean, I'm not a preachy person. You believe, JoJo believes whatever I choose to believe, okay? Read the Bible, figure it out for yourself, friend. Every person. I told him, even the man at the gate called beautiful, and y'all know I love him. Eventually, he had to have a change of mind. He had to deny his current reality that he could not walk. He had to have determination and faith to accept, because unless he accepted the right hand of fellowship, he would not have been able to stand. So not only have the change of heart, change of mindset, right? He had to deny his current reality. He then had to accept that something else was true. He had to accept that something else was true, and that something else that was true for him was for him standing up. But he had to have determination and faith that that could be true. Pick a person in the Bible and I got you. Honey, at this point, apply faith, determination, and the word try to every person in every religion, and you will see. You're going to see a pattern that comes about. Because this is what I know for sure. If you're on my email list, you got this email last week, that one of the things that I had been, and this is the thing that I released also at the self-care day, is taking the morning show deeper. Like, we have been living past crazy. Y'all notice we rarely talk about abuse unless it says to reference to something else. We don't talk about abuse anymore. We're in this phase of healed. So we operate from this space. And what does that look like? Now it's time for a deeper level. And so I've been struggling with that. Y'all, some of the topics have been deeper. The views have went down. And I struggled with, let me keep it lighthearted, or going deeper. And it has to go deeper. There is no other way. I cannot, as the only live past crazy specialist, as my sister's keeper, keep it on this level. I've established this level. Now, if you need to stay here, that is A-okay. We have 5 years worth of shows that you can go and watch to get your foundation real nice and good. And then wherever you choose to stop and stay on that level, there are a gazillion people that will help you maintain that level. We're, on the other hand, going higher, deeper, however you want to say it. We're going to a whole nother level. So I need us to be, you don't have to be, but if you're going on this journey with me, to be more open-minded to the possibility of the thing. You don't have to be. I'm just suggesting it. You don't have to. You can do however you feel, okay? I'm just making a suggestion. But over here on the Fearless Morning Show, because we're starting to live our life fearless, right? On another level, we're going higher. And we're going to learn some things. I want to share more of some of the things that I've learned on a whole deeper level, and it's going to take a different mindset. And I'm going to share that with the morning show. The morning show is my free stuff. If you want the for real stuff, that's what Sister Rise is for. That's what one-on-one time is for. That's paid stuff, okay? And with confidence and assurity, I can say that it will be life-changing. It will be something that you didn't know you needed, that your soul understood that you needed. It is there, I promise. And I'm going to have a surprise for y'all later today that you ain't even ready for. You ain't ready. You ain't ready. So on this great day, I'm still planning my birthday. Thank you, Tammy, for reminding me. I was trying to decide if I want to have a dinner somewhere, if I just want to invite a few people to my home. And Rosie, I saw this thing where you can paint your legs for the fun of it. I want to do something fun and light. So I thought about doing a sip and paint party at my house on my front porch, or in my house and Rosie cooking us dinner, or going out where I can invite more people. I know it's short notice, so because it would be in the next, it would be next week and a half. So I think I may keep it small and just invite people over and celebrate that way. But friend, we're going deeper. Thank you, Tammy. We're on a journey. We're going deeper. I will. So on this most amazing day, you're gonna be peaceful, period. Okay? It's gonna be a good place to be. So I hope you had an amazing day. For those who are on my, thank you for the stars. For those who are on my, so I have, this here, hey y'all, is my personal page, right? This over here is my public profile page and YouTube and the Fearless Morning Show page. Over here, they can purchase stars to help support the Fearless Morning Show. So thank you to everybody who purchased stars today. I greatly, greatly appreciate you. So on this most amazing day, subscribe to the YouTube channel, subscribe to the podcast, honey, grab a book, come to Sister Rise. Whatever the next level that you're ready for, it is only available to you when you're ready. You'll know which one is for you. You'll know. And I think I have 5 tickets left. So I had 6, I have 5 left. I try to give 1 ticket away every year, right? So I'm going to give away 1 ticket. That means I have 4 left. So make sure that if Sister Rise is for you, that you grab your ticket. There are payment plans available. So I hope you have the most amazing day. Please be peaceful. Please make sure you share the show, because I think today's show was great. I'm going to go back and listen to it for myself. Okay? I hope you have the most amazing day. And I will see you guys here bright and early tomorrow morning. Have a good one.